vinyl community. Aaron back with another quick update here. I've had a stroke of good luck recently, be it my trip to the Goodwill in Marietta after a failed attempt at the Rinky Dinks, and I got there right as they were putting out a new basket just full of records. I was the first one there. I saw him put them down. I ran over to him, just picked them up and put them all in my cart, went through them in my cart, and ended up walking away with a pretty good haul there, about 40 to 50 records. Talk more about that later when I'm going through them. And then I get a Facebook message from a friend that a few years ago, while I was over at her house doing some maintenance work with her dad, ran across an old 20s model Victrola hand-cranked record player, and I inquired about it, but they weren't interested in selling it. It's family heirloom, whatever. Get that Facebook message, and she's like, "Aaron, come and pick up your record player. We're tired of tripping over it." So I get over there, pick up. I'm all excited and happy. And then she's like, "Let me take you to the basement. I have some things. If you want them, you can just take them with you." Ended up being, estimating to 150 to 200 records. About 30 of them are Beatle related, but unfortunately somebody back in the 70s thought that they were going to be smooth and steal the Beatles collection at a party one night, she said, and all they ended up making out with the sleeves, because the records were in a player or somewhere else. So I have a bunch of Beatles records that I'm desperately trying to salvage, save, but no sleeves for them. But all the rest of the collection is great. We're going to get through here in just a minute. I'm going to show you the record player that I picked up and give you a tour of my messy office now that I have all these tubs and stacks. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. My working space and my play space have caved in on me now that I have all this, so I need to do my best to get this done quick. So I'm going to take you downstairs and show you the record player first, and then I'll show you the records that I got over the last few days. On to the record player itself. It has a spot for records big enough for the normal LP size, and then this unit right here is about the right size for the either some 45s or the 78s, which was made for this. So, okay, first on this side, got the hand crank. As far as damage to the actual wood, the only thing I noticed was some scratching over here. I assumed since they had tons of cats that at some point a cat was using that as a scratching post. But other than that, the wood looks pretty good. I have yet to clean it. That is on the list of things to do this weekend. The logo itself is gorgeous. I love it. It's in perfect condition. It is a VV210, which, after some research, is a very common model. I believe it came out in the mid-1920s. This is a piece of trim that needs put back on here. Happened before we moved it. But, comes with some needles. As you can see, it works. Alright, back in my office. These are the Beatles records that I have cleaned. My box that I didn't think was ever going to get full is overflowing to the ground on both sides. Got 45 stacked up over there. Those are the 78s and a few of the 45s that I got that are warped. Here is this cool spacing around. This came with 65 or 70 different 45s to go through. And then all of this. The ones in this box and the one in this tub are the ones I'm not sure if I'm keeping. These ones right here are the ones that are, unless they play horribly, will definitely end up in the collection. Oh, and then these over here have yet to be touched, cleaned. Those are some of the ones I'll be showing you. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm just going to show you the ones from the stacks of the ones that are definitely making it into my collection for now. Van Halen, Diver Down. Island pressing of Bob Dylan and the band. This is one of my favorite things here. John Denver and the Muppets Christmas album. I had this on CD when I was a kid. Not sure what this one is yet, but I'm interested to hear it. Paul and. Looks like Paul Stuckey. I'm assuming it's folk. I love these old Peter Pan albums. I found about a dozen of them. Best of the Doobies. Aqualung, Jethro Tull. More Uriah Heep, Demons Wizards. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young with Joni Mitchell artwork. American Woman, The Guess Who. Greatest Hits of The Guess Who. Bargain buy. 2 copies of this are going to show up in this video. Black Oak, Arkansas. This recommendation from my friend's mom. I have never heard of them. Clean it up and give it a listen. Double album, Marshall Tucker. Donovan's Greatest Hits. A repressing of Monkeys' Greatest Hits. I believe it's probably from the 80s. I saw a barcode. Joy to the World, Three Dog Night. Surprised that isn't already in my collection. This was on my wish list. Can take it off my wish list. I already have this, but I like the 80s and I love Culture Club. Do you really wanna? Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. Little River Band. Procol Harum. The best. The Procol Harum. Jim Croce. Carpenters, The Singles. The Beach Boys featuring Jen and Dean. Thriller. Pure Prairie League, one of the coolest covers I found. Marshall Tucker, Again. Double album, Billy Joel Greatest Hits 1 and 2. Looking forward to that one. Hotel California, another one I can't believe I have yet to find a decent copy of. So this one in the collection for sure. Billy Joel, 52nd Street. Jerry Lee Lewis, The London Sessions. It's a double LP. I've never heard of this one. I'm excited for it. I love the inside here. Let me try to do this carefully. Get the record out like that. It's pretty cool. Village People. No interest in them, but I'm keeping it anyway just because why not? These guys. Dr. Hook, Sloppy Seconds. I like that album cover. I like the band. It's going to be fun. Stevie Nicks, Belladonna. Crimes of Passion, Pat Benatar. Hank Williams. We're in West Virginia. Hank Williams, come on. And again, Pure Prairie League. On to stack number 2 of the ones for sure entering the collection. The Riders of the Purple Sage. 2 albums, Rolling Stones' Greatest Hits. George Carlin, huge fan of the comedy albums. First George Carlin record. The Black Oak, Arkansas again. Here's one of my favorites I got. Allman Brothers, double live at the Fillmore. Creedence, Cosmos Factory. Marshall Tucker Band. Nitty Gritty Dirty Band. Here's an interesting one. I don't know who these people are. Elmo and Patsy. The person I got this from obviously met them. To Terry, which is her name. Best wishes, Elmo. Signed by Elmo and Patsy. That's kind of cool. Just wish I knew who they were. Jeff Beck. Jim Bogart. Carmine Price. The only one I know is Jeff Beck. Here's another good one. Ram, Paul McCartney. Poco from the Inside. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Havana Daydream, Jimmy Buffett. Now my Jimmy Buffett collection is reached the halfway mark, I think. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Perfect to find this one literally the day after the anniversary, so that's cool. Madman Across the Water. I have this
This is a better copy than mine. It's a different release. This is a later pressing, but it's still in a better condition, so actually that'll probably be the play copy. More Uriah Heep. Some Arlo Guthrie. A cleaner copy of Donovan's Greatest Hits, which has to be a later pressing because it is a different material and it just looks a lot newer. But there's no barcode, so I'm going to need to take a peek at that one. Another Arlo. Footloose. My first Neil Young album, which is crazy to think because he's one of my all-time favorites. Just never see him around here, and it's not one of those people I buy off the internet, so. Neil Young. The Doors, Strange Days, missing its cover, but in good condition. I wonder if that has Crystal Ship on it, which is my favorite song. No. Dave Mason is alive. Live at Leeds. Dr. Hook, Belly Up. I believe his name is, John Entwistle. Donovan, Barra, I don't know. Grand Funk's Survival. And there's a second Grand Funk album that was just thrown in here without a sleeve. Live album. The Grand Funk live album. A cleaner copy than what I have of Peter Frampton. Joe Cocker. Bob Seger. Again, West Virginia. Gotta have your Bob Seger. My first Deep Purple album. Excited to clean this one. Spuds McKenzie's hanging out with Rick Springfield. I'm gonna file this one next to Tone Loc. See if you get that reference. Steppenwolf. Greatest Hits. Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters. Two of my favorites I can't wait to clean. It's a later pressing. Woodstock triple album. And the sequel, Woodstock 2, double album. And another Peter, Paul, Mary. Okay, next stack over here is stuff that I got that I'm definitely keeping in my collection from the Goodwill. So, strictly belly dancing. I have friends that are belly dance instructors. I plan on cleaning this one up and giving it to them. Fifth Dimension's Greatest Hits. Street Beat. I got it because I really can't wait to hear some of the old 80s Culture Club, Men Without Hats, Safety Dance. I mean, this is stuff I grew up on. My favorite album when I was a lot younger, and it's a lot better condition than the one I have. Same pressing and everything, so it's good. Another cool compilation. It's called The Now Explosion. It has Four Tops, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Bill Withers, War, Barry White, Gary Glitter, Steely Dan, Lighthouse, Jim Croce. Another mix called Midnight. Phil Collins, Jermaine Jackson, Tina Turner, Peebo Bryson. Another, this one is called Gold and Platinum Volume 3. This one features bands like the Hooters, Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, the Moody Blues, Patti LaBelle. And I am a giant fan of Al Hirt. I love Al Hirt. It hurts me to say so, but now I'm up to 9 Al Hirt records because I found somebody else who loved Al Hirt, and I got everyone that they had. So that one, Sugar Lips, Cotton Candy, Al Hirt at the Mardi Gras, Pops Goes the Trumpet. I already had this one, but it's a cleaner copy. And then I picked up Johnny Cash's Greatest Hits. I had the vinyl, but I didn't have the sleeve, and this sleeve is in great condition, so that's that. And 2 Cosby records. With the jewels in the pudding. Okay, now this stack of stuff I'm probably selling, because this is my hobby. Steely Dan, I fixed the cover, and it's now back to be looking pretty good. Lightning Hopkins Sings the Blues. I haven't seen this version. I can't find it online. In the Wrap, Ooh Wee by Dusty Springfield. Mono copy. Doesn't look like it was ever played. I might keep this one. Pete Fountain. This one's cool. Jackie Gleason. Looks like it's barely been touched. It's very nice. The Liberace Show. The Carpenters. Neil Diamond. Double album. Live at the Greek. Gatefold. Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass. Chet Atkins. Hugo Winterhalter Goes Continental. I got it because of the pretty lady on the cover. Hank Snow's Souvenir in what I would call close to near mint condition. Corners are crisp. The only problem is there's a little wrinkle. Just going right through there. But otherwise, it's clean as a whistle. No idea. I think it's gospel. Signed by this giant band of dorky looking people here. The Belmont Reasons. Cinderella and Pinocchio. Again, I love children's stuff, children's records. Remind me of my childhood. This one goes back even further than my childhood, but it's clean, good to go. Best of Hugo Winterhalter. King Sisters, Mono. Tommy Edwards Stardust. Hard to come by. Homer and Jethro with the living stereo at the top. Makes it a little bit more valuable. So I've read. Next stack. Okay, here's a short little stack of ones that I've already cleaned and bagged and did the sound test, and they're worth keeping around. From my friend's lot that I just got. Beatles' second album. Magical Mystery Tour. Beatles Something New. These sleeves are temporary, by the way. My sleeves will be in the mail tomorrow. So I ordered more rounded bottom sleeves. But I ran out. And this is the best that I could do, and I really wanted to clean them. So Sgt. Pepper's. Like I said, there was another copy downstairs, not as nice. James Taylor. Mudslide Slim and the Blue Horizon. Horrible condition, but the record looks okay. Played fine. B.B. King, L.A. Midnight. Same. The sleeve is actually in a lot better condition, and the record is fine. Played wonderful. Was a good listen.
Okay, here are
Moving
the
on.
other Beatles records that I have cleaned. I have yet to listen to them, but they're ready to be cleaned or listened to. That's why they're over here by the player. Abbey Road. Oh, this one is not a Beatles. It is Humble Pie, As Safe as Yesterday. Perfect. Doesn't look like it was ever played. Cleaned it anyway. Excited to listen to it. Uriah Heep, Salisbury. Adding to that Uriah Heep collection. Let It Be. The George Harrison double album, All Things Must Pass. They look wonderful, clean. Beatles, Meet the Beatles. This one is not playable. Cleaned it and it looks like trash still. And the Beatles again. Again. Alright. Last stack, I swear. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the cool 45s that I've got in the last few days. I already went through some of them in a previous video. These ones came from my friend that gave me the record player. Something by the Beatles with Come Together. Old Brown Shoe and the Ballad of Yoko. I'm going to have 2 copies of that coming into this. Make sure those in the same way. Magic Carpet Ride. Steppenwolf, which with a superior song on the back, Sookie Sookie, in my opinion. Another copy of Lay Lady Lay. I gave one to my buddy Jeremy, and this one is staying with me. It's in worse condition. CCR's Fortunate Son and Down on the Corner on Fantasy. Who Has Seen the Wind, which I listened to, and it is awful. Yoko Ono sings it. Instant Karma. Imagine with It's So Hard. That's what she said. Paperback Writer on Capitol with Rain on the other side.
And all the rest of those I showed in my last video. Okay, those are the ones that I cleaned. But I got cold outside, so didn't do too many last night. So let's go through some of the ones in here. Mind you, this isn't all of them. These are just the ones that I know I want to try to clean and keep. The Beatles. No, wait a minute. This is Badfinger, Rock of All Ages. Come and Get It. Beatles, Something, Come Together, Again. Get Back, featuring Billy Preston. And Don't Let Me Down. Another great song. Have some James Taylor, Fire and Rain, with Anywhere Like Heaven on the other side. What I don't like is on all of the 45s, there's this little label here at the top. That one I've tried to peel off, so when I find a good one, I'll show you. Katie Phillips in Belpre, Ohio, wherever that may be. Looking at you. Don't do that. Ohio, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Hey, another copy of this is Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. I don't remember seeing that. Got excited again. George Harrison, My Sweet Lord, and my personal favorite, Isn't It a Pity? Beatles, Ballad of John and Yoko and the Old Brown Shoe again. CCR, Who'll Stop the Rain, my favorite. Traveling Band. Badfinger, Carry On Till Tomorrow. The Only Living Boy in the World, and Cecilia, Simon and Garfunkel. Simon and Garfunkel's Baby Driver, and The Boxer. Beatles, Let It Be, and You Know My Name. Beatles, Revolution, and Hey Jude, which my wife walked down the aisle to. The orchestra played For You Blue and Long and Winding Road. Beatles. Whoa. This one's in there kind of funky. That's the little sticker peeled itself off for me. That's good. I'll get the rest of that off later. Up and Around the Corner and Run Through the Jungle. I'm sorry, Up Around the Bend. CCR on Fantasy. More CCR. Lodi. Bad Moon Rising. More James Taylor. You've Got a Friend. My wife danced with her father at our wedding. So that's kind of cool to have for her. The Doors. Love Her Madly. And You Need Meat. Don't go any further. Not a big Doors guy. I just don't think. Here's a cool one. Crystal Blue Persuasion. Tommy James and the Shondells. It is in deplorable shape. It may just be a thick layer of crap, but it probably is not going to sound the greatest. So, Beatles. All You Need Is Love. And Baby You're a Rich Man. On Capitol. And last but not least, Brown Sugar, Rolling Stones, and Bitch. Alright guys, that'll be the last of what I'm showing you. I've yet to even get into that box. I've yet to get into the tub. Now you can see what I'm dealing with. I've had a hell of a good week. I'm in a great mood about it, but I'm feeling a little bit condensed, a little bit trapped, but I will work my way through it. You know, woe is me. Free records, right? Alright, like, subscribe, share with your friends. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching and bearing with me for this long video. Talk to you soon and enjoy the music.